Yo, what's going on, guys? A&M Anime here. It's your boy Alex. We back after a very long 2-week break. Had a lot of things going on. Took a nice little small trip. Took some relaxing time. Brainstorming time. Etc. etc. But we back. Knocking all that out the way. We're gonna come back with Black Clover. You already know. One of my faves. You see the cloak. You know what time it is when the cloak is on. Black Clover greatness. But before we get into the Black Clover greatness, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications. Thank you guys. Thank you for rocking with us. Let's get into the video. Now, I wanted to talk about our good, gracious, God, hunk of a man, Captain Yami today.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
And what I want to talk about with Yami is Yami going to survive this whole ordeal with being a sacrifice for the tree and the gateway to the underworld? Now, I'm pretty sure you're already laughing as I state this, because Black Clover is one of those shonen series, along with One Piece, where Tabata doesn't kill off his characters. Like we've seen it with the Wizard King. We've seen it multiple times where a character is as good as dead, then it turns out they're not. Now, is that a bad thing to me? No, it's all about how it's handled. Yami is in a predicament where he's quote-unquote a sacrifice because of his magic. So his dark magic, because they need dark magic and they need the world tree magic. But I'm left pondering what exactly we get out of Yami being killed off, right? Because I feel like a lot of people want stakes. A lot of people want death because it raises the stakes. It gives them a purpose. But Yami dying adds nothing to the story. Like, it'll add motivation for the Black Bulls, but they already have that. They all already have their own individual motivations. They already have their own dreams. Nobody on the team so far isn't motivated. Like we just saw, obviously, manga spoilers, if that needs to be stated at this point. We already saw someone like Magna take out freaking Dante. So motivation in the squad isn't needed, and nobody else amongst the Black Clover cast would be affected to a large degree other than the Black Bulls, besides maybe Charlotte, in which she didn't even get to confess to Yami. So that leaves you wondering, like, okay, he's not dying yet. There's still that little love romance thing, which I guess you could say it would be more tragic if he passed and she never got that chance, and that would weigh on her. But I feel like that's too deep for shonen. Like, Yami's not dying. That's where I stand on it, because it's like, okay, let's say the whole underworld gets open, right? There's already a couple gates open where we are in the manga now. Magelica is already out in the open, halfway. All she needs is to kill one more person. You got Asta and Noelle going against her. You got Yuno going against Xenon. So the main thing here is, how do they stop all the gates opening? Because when all the gates open, I assume that's when Yami dies, right? Because he's a sacrifice for that. But I just don't quite see why he would have to die in the story at this point. Like, there's always a character, or a moment rather, where you can kind of tell where a character's death can be put in place to push a character somewhere. And with Yami right now, he doesn't fit anywhere in that place. Like, the only person I can see honestly kicking a bucket, no one can kick the bucket to where anybody would be satisfied with it. Like, it just feels forced. It would feel forced 100%, because with William, I understood where people stood with, okay, his time was up. He's the Wizard King. He protected his kingdom. He did what he had to do. Him dying right then and there would have been fine. So I can see where that part would be a cop-out. But with Yami, it's like, no. Because we've had this type of situation before in a lot of shonen where, okay, somebody has to be sacrificed, or somebody's magic has to be taken away or drained for so-and-so to happen. Who's to say this just can't happen and Yami would just be fine? Like, maybe he'll lose his magic, maybe he'll be just an ordinary civilian, something of that nature. But him dying, no. I don't see. He's too popular. He still has more to offer in the story. He's Asta's mentor, love interest to Charlotte, another captain. It's just too much going on right now for him to die. We already have a death in this war right now, and I'm sure we'll get a couple more, maybe. Because like I said, Tabata's on Oda's time, where it's like, I'm not killing this character, which is fine. Like, I'm unbothered by that for the most part. It depends on how it's done. Like, if you give me a death, a cop-out death where they come back, if the death was done where I was supposed to have this big traumatic emotional payoff, and then you come back a couple chapters later and they're fine, that's the fake death that I hate. But if it's something like William, where it's like, okay, I sacrificed myself for the kingdom, we all know he could have beat the guy without that circumstance, I'm fine with that. Like, if it's a situation where it's like Pell from One Piece, where there's a nuke and you took that nuke, as far as we know, head on, and then right after that you're back with no explanation whatsoever, no. So there's a difference to how you do it, to where it won't feel as much of a cop-out to the reader. So with Yami, to answer the question of the video, no, I don't think he's dying permanently. At least not this way. At least not as a sacrifice. Maybe he gets killed off by one of the devils later, the supreme devils later on. But as a sacrifice, I just don't see it happening. It just don't fit his character. It's not a grandiose enough death for him. And I don't see Tabata killing him off that way at all. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Once again, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell for all notifications. We will be back with more. Mike is finally coming back. This freaking asshole. Yeah, you heard me right. But thank you guys so much. Love you. Thank you for the support. Peace.